Live again. Welcome back. Um, we're talking about my friend Dougie Fresh and his conversion to Scientology, which I am totally against. It would be like my friend Sinbad if he were to convert to Scientology. I would be pretty pissed off at Sinbad, but like myself, he suffered a stroke back in 2020. But in addition to my stroke, I suffered a heart attack, 9 pulmonary embolisms, and 9 seizures, all in 2020. And the reason why I have on my community tab a GoFundMe page is because going to the doctor is very expensive. Sinbad has spent $10 million in his rehab from his stroke, and I've spent close to $1 million. I know most people don't have that much money saved up, but I worked on the Chappelle Show, the Tonight Show, written episodes for various shows. Plus, I'm a psychologist, which Scientologists blame for every problem that's in this world right now. They blame my profession on 9/11, the Holocaust, everything. They blame psychology and psychiatry, everyone in my field. But I didn't make my money working as a psychologist. I made it writing for TV shows, and I supported my brothers in the last strike that took place. But the topic is Scientology and its negative ramifications. And if I talk a little slow, my speech therapist told me that I would never speak again after my last stroke. So I proved them wrong. And at this point, I really do need help in getting my doctor's bills paid, which is why I have a GoFundMe page. So if you check out the GoFundMe page, you could contribute just by scanning your phone to my QR code under the community tab. I truly would appreciate it. It would help me. Oh my gosh. I gotta cramp in my leg. Oh, gosh, it hurts. I just hope that this is not another pulmonary embolism. Oh, shit. This hurts. Oh. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a potty mouth, but the last time that I went to the Scientology building here in New York City, and Aaron did dub me the one in charge of organizing the protests here in New York City. But we have to be much more careful, even more so than in LA, because if we wind up in jail here, we have to go to Rikers Island, which holds about 30,000 inmates. So we don't want to wind up there. So I brought my brother, who just happens to be a New York City police officer, with me when I was threatened by a big goon security telling me to stop recording at Scientology Harlem. The other gentleman who covers New York with me did his protest, and you could tell he was very nervous. When I did my live on February 29th, my birthday, which is leap year, they lied on me. They called the police on me and said that I was panhandling in front of their building, when the police didn't even respond to their call in New York. A Times Square public safety officer responded and asked me if I was panhandling. And I said, absolutely not. They lied. And not only that, they invited me in, gave me a ticket to watch a movie, which I still have. I'm not interested in watching anything that Scientology has to offer. They can take their materials and shove them where the sun don't shine. I don't care about Scientology. They took my friend away from me. If Douglas's mother was still alive, God bless the dead, I was friends with his mother like I was friends with him. She treated me so well, and to hear on Tamron Hall that she passed because Douglas now won't even speak to me now that he's found new friends in Scientology. He dropped all his friends. He even got out of touch with his children, which is something that I would never drop any of my 7 children. Been married twice, so I have 7 children. Um, but Scientology is really bad. They make up lies against the Squirrel Squad in each city, and I saw them, I believe it was in Chicago, where security made a citizen's arrest against an old man in his 80s with an all-white beard, and he was screaming and yelling, "No, no." I urge you to watch that video. Another video that I urge you to watch is Aaron's video that chronicles his arrest when we were in Los Angeles. That's when I had the first opportunity to meet Aaron. He was very kind to me. In fact, when he was arrested, he was doing a live stream to his 240,000 followers, and he handed me his camera to watch him sign the complaint against Patrick Henry, the man who attacked him. But you should really watch a video called The Receipts by Kelly Copter that you can find in my community tab. The Receipts chronicles everything right up to Aaron's arrest. And at the end, you can see me being pushed around by LAPD. I don't want that for New York, because my relationship with the police in my 56 years has been fairly good. When I had my heart attack and my stroke and my 3-day knockout seizure, had it not been for the police, I'd probably be dead now. But does anyone have any questions? Would someone ask one question that has been here more than 5 minutes, I believe, is how I set this up. Well, if not, I can continue talking indefinitely, but Scientology is no good. I was about to say psychology is no good, but that's what Scientologists would have you believe. But that's totally a bunch of bullshit. It's the Scientology that's no good. That they lie against people like the lore of DOA. They lie against people like Confident Chris without a Hellcat. They lie against Jessica they lie against all the Los Angeles crew. But I want it to be different, being that I have a brother on the force. I want our relationship to be fairly good with the police. And they already know that we're gonna be there to protest the buildings. All three, Scientology Harlem on 125th Street, Scientology Harlem on 125th, the Celebrity Center, and the location on West 46th Street, where everyone feels comfortable there because it's right in the middle of Times Square, right next to a pizza shop that has excellent pizza if you're ever in New York. But if you're ever in New York and you like to help me organize a protest that you'd like to participate in, drop me an email at DrBReggieP at gmail.com. That's DrBreggieP 5 at gmail.com. And when you're in New York, whichever building you feel more comfortable covering and protesting, we'll do that. And if you live stream, we could cover each other's backs, because my brother can't be there 24/7 with us, so we have to use our wits, be kind to the police officers, because in LA, there's one gentleman, oh my goodness, what's his name? But he's so well versed on the law, he'll ask the police or tell them he wants their badge numbers, and they'll read them off one by one, and he'll find out how much they make a year. I think this dude is a genius, a sheer genius. I saw him on Aaron's Growing Up in Scientology channel, and I was so impressed by this gentleman. I think his name is Streets LA, but he, like Aaron, are two heroes of mine. Aaron didn't have to treat me so well, because when I finally got a chance to meet him, I literally talked him to death. But under my community tab, you can see some pictures that we took together in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard. But it's New York City that I'm scheduling daily protests next month, starting next month. and we'll do impromptu coverage until next month. If I feel like going to Scientology Harlem on 125th Street, that's where I'll go. I'll charge up enough batteries so I have battery power, and I'll try to get some interviews with people coming out of the building or even going into the building, because it sparks my curiosity to know that they could even be in Harlem. And I plan to ask these residents of Scientology Harlem, are you aware that you're a member of a cult? Are you aware that this cult abuses children? Are you aware of the fact that they get adults to do slave labor for $47 a week? There's all kinds of questions that I was warned by the security guard, not there, but my brother scared him more than they tried to scare me. He told him my big brother can do basically what he wants as long as he obeys the law. And I plan on obeying the law, staying on the sidewalk and doing interviews with people coming in and out of the building. I would say our protest, well, Steve can handle the West 46th Street building. He goes by the handle of Smooth Steve, SPTV. You can find him if you check him out on YouTube. His last video got almost 2,000 hits where he protested that building. And my video aimed at Dougie Fresh got 5.7 thousand views. So people are watching. People are not only watching, they're taking a great interest in what we're doing. Yeah, they really are. They're telling us to be safe. It's just a risk that we have to take as members of the Squirrel Squad. Arrest is always a downfall of covering Scientology buildings. It shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't have to worry about being arrested for covering buildings and live streaming from them. And as long as we obey the law, some of the videos that I've seen thus far have been absolutely horrendous in their arrest of the Squirrel Squad. People like Danny, who came all the way from Hollywood to either Denver or Chicago to protest with them. But I wish that I get as many New Yorkers as possible to help me provide coverage of the buildings that need coverage. If you drop me an email at the email address that I gave you, I would appreciate that, because we can coordinate and do a live stream from whichever building you feel more comfortable at. If you feel more comfortable in Midtown, in the midst of all the Broadway shows, all the hotels in Times Square, we could stay there, because quite frankly, Harlem is not, especially 125th Street, it isn't such a safe place to be. You can have your car broken into, you could be robbed, and I don't want to have my camera stolen from me. So, it would pay for me to get familiar with the police who cover that area at my brother's suggestion, to avoid being arrested. Oh gosh, I'm getting sleepy. But yeah, that's where we're at now. I hope soon that Aaron lets me on his show so I can make a plea to get people to come out in New York City and help provide coverage of West 46th Street, the Celebrity Center in the 80s, and Scientology Harlem on 125th Street, right down the street from the Apollo, and where my good friend Dougie Fresh grew up in a brownstone. And in the picture that got 5,000 something views, his house did not look like that. That was just taken in the basement where he kept his very large performing outfits. Douglas has performed on MC Hammer's record label. He's made records since we were kids. Teddy Riley, the producer of people like Keith Sweat, Guy, and so many other people. Teddy Riley even produced Michael Jackson. He produced Douglas's first hit. And I have that song on my under my shorts, produced by Teddy Riley, super producer extraordinaire in the R&B genre of music. But I listen to all kinds of music. I even put one of my favorite songs by The Doors, Break On Through to the Other Side, as I was flying into New York City and had a wonderful view from the airplane. I thank you for sticking around with me and listening to me. I hope that the people still here with me are not SPTV spies here to get as much information on me to start following me around. But they'll know where I am, minding my business, live streaming from Scientology Harlem, West 46th Street, and the Celebrity Center. So I just wanted to test out this software. I wish someone would ask a question so I can see how the chat, I'm not even sure if it's enabled. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just doing a little test here. Hope you like my Paris t-shirt. I picked it up in Paris back in January. The Paris, oh goodness. Sorry about that. But I wanted to see if my chat was enabled. now I'm connected to chat, so if someone wants to ask a question, by all means do so. I'd love to entertain a question or two before I hit the hay. But Scientology is no good. They break up families. They abuse children. L. Ron Hubbard was not a good man in my book. What do you think about L. Ron Hubbard? You can tell me through chat now. I'm not yet monetized because I need maybe like 20 more or 30 more people before I'd be eligible for monetize. That's why I ask for any contribution to my medical emergency fund. I would definitely appreciate you. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot of money either. Just as long as I have enough to pay my doctors to keep me, because I've already spent well over $250,000 of my savings just getting well. My friend Sinbad had a stroke also in 2020. Sinbad is a comedian. Yes? Okay, I'm coming. Okay, I'm doing a live. I'm almost done. It's my turn to stay with my mom. And I help her out as well. She lives in a building right off Central Park, so it's really a lovely area. But what I was saying is, whatever you can donate, if you can share my post under my community tab, by all means share the QR code with as many people as possible and tell them to watch my lives, because I do lives each and every day the good Lord sends. And I like to put some interesting pictures under my lives of like Dave Chappelle and myself, Tracy Morgan and myself, Jay Leno and myself, people that I've worked with. But getting back to Scientology, they took away my friend Douglas, which is why I made my last short. And I hope that Douglas sees it. I was just as good of friends with his mom. She was very nice to me when I was a child. I drive from Westchester to Harlem to pick Douglas up back in the day, and we drive places. He invited me to be in his video All the Way to Heaven, and if you could get your hands on that album, you will see my name under background vocals. You'll see a credit in my name there. You will see me in the All the Way to Heaven video. Myself and Paulette Cunningham did our piece in the video together. I remember it like it was yesterday, and we're going back to 1986. Paulette Cunningham, you'll see her on all of Run DMC's album credits. She was the road manager for Run DMC, the Fat Boys, most of which have passed on. Like Jam Master Jay was viciously murdered, but at least they were never Scientologists, so that's a good thing. Streets LA should come to New York, and we should do videos together. When he's in New York, he should call himself Streets New York, because he knows how to handle the police. But I'm gonna call it a night since no one has any questions for me. Thank you, Aaron, for giving me this opportunity. I will not squander it. I hope that I don't come off as begging, asking you to contribute to my emergency medical fund. If you can see, I'm talking kind of slow. That's mainly because I'm tired. But I do go to speech therapy which is pretty costly. I still have to go to the cardiologist after my heart attack and stroke. And it costs hundreds and thousands of dollars, and I just put my goal to be $10,000 so I can continue to go to the doctor. So if you could afford to gift $10, that would make a difference. And if you would share under my community tab that QR code with as many people as you know, that would be a help to me. I know Aaron raised money for the lore of DOA and the people who got arrested. I wasn't arrested, and Aaron, I didn't ask him to have a fundraiser for me because I thought that I could do it myself. I thought I could get enough good people out there to contribute to my emergency medical fund all by my lonesome. So with that, I will say good night to you all. Thank you for watching, and God bless everyone out there. And to those LA live streamers, be careful, because those cops in LA are very, very corrupt. Good night. That's if I can find the button to end it.